same session for the T1. I thought like they'll be giving you this particular information. Once again, I'm saying it. Levels of testing will give us at what level, what to test and how to test, who will be testing that. Now, unit level. What do you mean by unit? What is the definition of a unit, Pramod?
It could be a set of one function, one small function.
Single component.
Okay.
A small function
You're saying that right, but in the right terminologies, unit is the smallest function in an application, smallest part of an application, not a function, smallest part of an application. For an example, there is a developer, he wanted to do, he was creating a login page. For the login page, first what he'll do, he'll create a username, he create a password, he create a login button, and he will immediately he will check. Means if he entered the right username, right password, if he clicks the login button, whether he was going to the home page or not. Means he written a unit of code and he is trying to test that particular unit of code. That is called as
unit test.
Unit testing.
One more, sorry to interrupt, Chris. Just a small doubt. Maybe it's a silly. Actually, component is equal to element, or element is completely different.
Elements are completely different. I'll come to
okay, okay, I don't want to deviate. Continue. Thank you.
Sure. So you need to understand who will be testing this one now. Who are the responsible persons in this particular layer? In this level, who will be testing this? At a unit level, who will be testing this? Guys, developer will testing this one. Or what is the methodology we are using here?
Unit testing.
Okay, you pause on. You pause on. Arshan, what is the methodology we will be hearing here? You covered the testing methodologies, right?
No.
Okay, so then I'm sorry. So Chandrika, what is the methodology I'll be using here?
It's white box, right?
Exactly. Is it white box?
Development will come under white box.
Developers usually develop white box testing will be done by developers.
Then I need to first I'll need to get the clarity on what do you mean by white box, what do you mean by black box, and what do you mean by gray box, what do you mean by yellow box, what do you mean by red box? What do you mean by yellow box and red box?
We don't know. We didn't cover this.
Actually, we don't have yellow box and red box.
Can I answer that? Can I answer that?
I given you the answer. There is no yellow box, red box.
There is a box,
still,
but it is in same color. That's it. Doesn't have anything inside.
No. Actually, we do have yellow and red also, but it was completely different. And it's in IS2QB or IEEE, they didn't approve that. According to the standards, we do have only 3 boxes. One is white box, black box, gray box. Okay, Chandrika, tell me what you meant by white box testing. Developers means not white box. What do you meant by white box testing?
Chandrika is not there, Krish.
Oh, fine. Can you Shruti?
Chandrika's connection was
she joined.
She back. Okay. So Chandrika, I'm asking you a question. What do you mean by a white box testing?
White box testing, like we don't we have internal knowledge, like hello.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Like we'll be having a knowledge of what is happening in the inside, like having a knowledge of coding and what is the internal structure. By knowing that knowledge, if we perform the testing, that is called as white box testing.
Okay, you given me the definition, but you shuffle the words here and there. Okay, so now I want this definition. Sai, can you tell me what is a white box testing?
White box testing, like each and every of the module or in an application, each and every module with a systematic, in a line by line will be tested by the developer.
No. See, I'm not asking you whether the developer is testing line by line or not, but I'm asking what do you mean by white box testing? Okay, Shruti, you wanted to try.
Yeah, Krish.
Test
White box.
application should have a technical knowledge. I mean, coding knowledge should be there.
That's are the requirements for the white box testing. But you didn't tell me what is a white box testing. Okay,
Yeah,
Shruti, go ahead.
yeah. In white box testing, like developer will test each module. Like example, I have created I have created a program for login page. So when I clicked on login, it should be work. And it should it should be the functionality should be perfect. So each and everything tested by the developer.
You're telling me the definition of the unit testing. I'm asking you, what do you mean by white box testing?
The
Can I have
developer.
Yeah, go ahead. One second, Sai, I'll come back. So, are you done, Shruti?
Yeah, Krish, developer will do this. I mean, development team will be involved in white box testing, right?
So, guys, understand the question. If I'm asking who will do the white box testing, then you can say developer. How will the white box testing will be performed? You are telling me the answer. But I'm asking, what is white box testing? What is black box testing? And what is gray box? Pramod, can you answer this one? What is a white box?
Yeah, so basically white box is something that people who has a complete knowledge at what is developed and what could be a technical stake or whatever. For example, we wrote a program last time, right, on using a methods, different methods. So every time we write a function, every time we write a method, we try to execute and see whether it is working or not. That means I wrote a program which I will be knowing all the content inside in technology prospect or whatever code I wrote. I will be able to test in detail because I know everything related to this product. So
Okay.
testing that is called.
Great. Not testing. See, once again, I'm saying that testing that is called as unit testing. I'm not asking you to test that.
No. White box testing is something you go detail of with your complete knowledge in the application prospect.
See, you can represent it in any way. So, but the definition, as Chandrika told, if someone knows, okay, the tester who knows the internal structure of the code, that's it. See, now I know the internal structure. Now I have written all this particular stuff. I know the complete internal structure of my code. So I have written this one. So whatever the codes I have written. So if I know my internal structure of the code, then I'll be called as a white box tester. The testers who knows the internal structure of the code, then those people will be called as a white box testers. Or if you testing the internal structure of the code, then it is called as white box testing. Okay. Now, what do you mean by black box testing? I don't know, means the internal structure. I don't know the code or whatever you written. See, now I'm doing a decathlon project. I don't know what that buggers have written the code. But based upon the requirements, I will see from the outside of the application and I'll test that application. Then this is called black box testing. Means without having any internal structure knowledge or the coding knowledge, internal code structure knowledge. I'm not saying that coding knowledge. So I will be having, I know the Java coding, but still the application internal structure, I don't know. So without having any internal application coding structures, based upon the requirements, if you test that particular application, then this is called black box testing and black box tester. What are the different types of black box testing? Functional testing, regression testing, smoke testing, all this will comes into the black box testing. And what are the types of testing we'll get it in the white box testing? Unit testing will be getting, conditional testing will be getting it. So those are different techniques are there. So in white box testing, I'll understand the internal code of the application and I will test that application. Then that is called white box testing. And who does the white box testing? It's called white box testers and equal to the developers, because the developers only will have the internal coding knowledge. So that's where the developers will be called as a white box testers. And black box testers, we will not get into the application code, we will not understand that one, but based upon the requirements we will try to test that particular application. Then this is called black box testing. And when it comes to the gray box testing, it's a combination of both white box and the black box. Means I do have internal knowledge on the application code, and I'll test the that particular code, and another time I'll wear another hat saying that from the functional point of view I'll test this one, because unit testing is different from UI testing. That is what we will be discussing in these levels. Now, what we will do in the unit testing, what we will do in the functional testing, regression testing, and all those things we will discuss, and we will understand if you understand the levels of testing. So from this concept, what you need to know. So now we have been done with the testing methodologies. In testing methodologies, we know what is white box testing, who will be doing the white box testing, what are the types of testing we'll be doing it. So the definition of white box testing we discussed. Who will be doing? The developer will be doing. What are the types of testing? Unit testing will be done. And here we know the definition of the black box now. And who will be doing this? The testing QA team will be doing it. What are the types of testing we'll be doing here? Means functional testing, regression testing, BVT testing, BVE testing, all those things will be coming part of the black box testing. When it comes to the gray box testing, now here it will come the unit testing, it will come the functional testing, and here it comes the regression testing, and it comes the smoke testing all. So these are the complete testing methodologies. You should know in this way. Definition is not enough. Who will do? What types of testing will be happening in that particular methodology. So that is what we need to learn from testing methodology. Now, coming back to the levels of testing. Actually, if you given me the answer, I'll not explain you this. Now you come back here. This is a unit level. So I wanted to do the testing at a unit level. When I wanted to do at a unit level, who will be doing this now? Developer. Means what methodology is this?
White box test.
White box methodology. And what are the types of testing I need to do here?
Unit testing.
Simple. Now, in this level, these are the roles, these are the methodologies, and these are the types of testing we need to perform. This is how you need to learn. And now, what do you mean by a module? Everything, it is designed very structured. If you understand testing, people will not understand this. That's where they will confuse. It is very simple. A group of units will form a module. See, testing should be done at a unit level so that we can identify bugs very easy earlier. And if you identify at a unit level, you will be much more good. Now, combining a group of units, it will form a module level. Now, once again, my question comes here. Who will be testing this? What methodology will be doing it? What are the types of testing we'll do it? Now, a group of units will form into a module. Now, if you have a module, means for an example, inbox. In the inbox, I will be verifying two. I'll be verifying CC. I'll be verifying subject and body. So these are the different parameters I'll be testing it as a units. Now I combined the complete thing. I called it as a composed mail. So in the composed mail, I wanted to test this one completely. So now who is going to test this one?
Developers.
That. Huh?
So here,
Asking who is testing, right? Or method.
Who is going to test at this level? From this level. Okay.
Testers.
Now, only unit level will be taken care by the developers and white box testing, and all other layers are completely black box methodology we need to take in. And who will be testing this one is QA
testers
and the QC. Okay, what is the difference between QA and QC? Okay, quality assurance and quality control. So what is the difference between that? Okay, park that question later. I'll ask you that question because I don't want to deviate. So unit is nothing but group of modules and have the modules here. Now in this module, the QA will be testing this one and this would be the black box testing. What are the types of testing will be performed here? See now compose mail is there. So on compose mail, what are the things I need to do? I need to do the functional testing. I need to do the smoke testing. I need to do the regression testing. All the types of testings will fall over here in the module level. Chris, I understand now what is unit level, module level, and who would be testing it, what methodology will be using, what are the types of testing we'll be doing it. Now, the next level, you come to the integration. Next, third level is the integration. What I did, I created inbox, I created outbox, I created compose mail. These are my different modules, right?
Modules.
Now
All
I
modules coming
wanted to
together.
combine all my modules. That is called
Integration.
integration
Full level.
level. And in integration level, we do the integration testing. What do you meant by integration? See now, what I did is I given you 4 bricks. This is brick number 1, brick number 2, brick number 3, brick number 4. Okay, now how you will join these particular bricks? See now, which one means now I should know. Okay, this one is module 1, this one is module 2, and this one is module 3, and this one is module 4. Now, you need to join these all, right? How you will join this? So for this one, the people has been derived testing approaches. In this approach, the testing approaches are defined for integrating the modules. So that's the reason testing approaches will fall as part of integration testing. And now, how we are going to give me a second, guys. I'm just distracting. How we are going to integrate this one? So here we do have bottom top approach and top to bottom approach and then sandwich or big bang approach. The name itself, it was saying that, see now, if this is a parent module, these are child 1, child 2, and the child 3 modules, right? So now if you are tagging, means if you are tagging from parent, then you are testing this C1 and C1 to C2 and C1 to C3. If you are going in this particular approach, then it is called top to bottom approach. Means we are coming from top. Top is parent. So from parent, I am just integrating to the child modules. See, this is integration, integrating the modules. So how you are integrating the modules from the parent module? I'll try to integrate to the child module. And if you integrate the child modules from the top, then this is called top to bottom approach. Now, bottom to top approach, by this itself, you can understand the answer. So from the child module, if you are integrating to the parent module, then this is called bottom to top approach. And here the most important questions we have it. One is driver and one is stub. What do you meant by driver and what do you meant by stub means? The name itself, it's there. See, for an engine, the first seat this will be given for the driver because he will be driving all the things. If driver is missing,
The substitute can't be.
means how we need to go. So that is what the concept it will comes in the top to bottom. If parent module is missed, we will be having a substitute module. Because for an example, I'll give you, I wanted to do the inbox and outbox. When I wanted to do that inbox and outbox, the first thing is I wanted to log in the application. And once I logged into the application, then only I can go for inbox and outbox, right? So when I wanted to do that, the login functionality was not developed at that time. So they were developed only in inbox and outbox. So for that reason, we can have a skipping of that login page and we'll go directly to the child modules and we will try to integrate all and we will develop the login feature and then we will integrate. So this is called driver, means this is called as a driver concept. These are the two concepts, driver concept and stub concept. So driver concept is nothing but if parent module is missing and then trying to integrate with the child modules and then integrating means at that time we will be having a substitute. Means if the player is not there, we will have the substitute, right? Here we'll have a temporary program to skip that login page and then to do the integration. And as soon as the real player comes, we will remove that substitute, right? So the real program comes, then we will integrate with the real program. Then that is called the driver concept. Now the same way, stub concept. Now the parent is there and any of the child module is missing, and then we want a substitute for that child. We will complete the integration testing, and later on we will once the real module is developed, we will bring back that particular module to do the integration. Then this is called stub concept. So driver concept will come in the top to the bottom, and stub concept will come in the bottom to the top concept. Okay, so first integration testing.
Hello.
In integration testing, we do have three different approaches: integrating from parent module to the child module, then it is called top to bottom. And if you are integrating from child modules to the parent module, then this is called bottom to the top. And when means in the pair means in the top to bottom approach, if parent is missing, and then we have temporary program to skip and have a substitute and integrate the all the other modules, then it is called driver. And when in the bot to the top approach, when you are missing the child module and integrating with the parent modules, then this is called a stub concept. And last one, which is called a mixed approach or sandwich approach or big bang approach. You know, right? The big bang theory. I mean, all galaxies, all planets at one shot, it collided and it formed our universe. The
And it's
same
also
way,
called as hybrid, Chris.
yes, even you can call that one.
Okay.
So sandwich is nothing but the combination of the both. Or now if you see have four modules at one shot, I'll do this all four modules attached. See, now this approach we will follow in rad model, rad SDLC, you know, right? Rad teams. In SDLC we have different models. In that rad model, the people used to follow this. The people used to create we have the right rad team, rapid application development team. What they will do in a team means this is a after waterfall model, we try to have this. Okay, what do you mean by rad model? So you guys have been completed this one, right? I should ask you this question. So Chandrika, what is this rad model?
Well, it's like we'll be having a different modules, and in each module the procedure will like it will follow the requirement designing, and it will follow the software development life cycle. At the end, they will be integrating it.
All the modules. So this is what the Big Bang approach which they will follow. And we'll have hell number of issues, because see, if I integrated this module to this module, I'll know what are the things I'll be getting it. And if I integrated this, I can get this already integrated, I can integrate it. So now if I integrated this one, I know that all these things integrate. If I integrate all things at one shot, there will be lots and lots of issues will be getting it. So that's one of the worst thing we should do the Big Bang approach. So this is how the integration approach has to be done. So that is what the level here. So integration testing itself, it's a different type of testing that is called end-to-end testing we'll be doing. So now I'll log in into the home, means I'll first go to the home, means login page, login, get to the home page. I'll click on the home page and then I'll click on the compose button, and I'll click, I'll create a mail, I'll send it, and I'll go to the send mails and I'll verify the send mail, and then I'll do a logout. So this is what my end-to-end flow. So all these end-to-end flows are called happy flows, or end-to-end flows, or integration testing. See, now module one is compose mail. After sending that module, I'll go and verify in the first outbox. In the outbox, it is not yet sent. And immediately from outbox, it will go to the send mail. So from means the journey has to be properly done. So that complete journey you will be validating in integration. This is the most important level, because many of the applications will have finding the bugs, because we test this module very thoroughly and very clearly. We will
Yeah,
identify.
Radhika, నేను యాడ్ చేయనా మనీ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో?
Sorry. Okay, so now we will have a different, we can test the issues in this each module, but when we try to integrate with these modules, we will have the issues. So that is what integration level. This will be also done by the QA and black box methodology. The types of testing is integration. Now it comes to the system level testing. What do you mean by system level testing? Yeah, Pramod. What do you mean by system level testing?
Yeah, so system level testing is something we'll check whether we have everything in place.
Yes, no. You know the answer?
No.
Yes, if it is no. Okay. Abhilash, I think we have discussed about the system level testing in detail.
Uh, Checking, I mean, like verifying whether the application is as per the requirements or not, and it is completely.
Yes, that is what our testing definition itself, whether it was means whether it was required or not. What is meant by system level testing? See, guys, why I'm asking you these questions is at least tomorrow you'll get back to me with the answers. I know that you think that I will not ask you the questions. You are not preparing. Means because we need to run fast. So that's where if you don't understand these concepts, then there is really no point. So that's what I'm trying to ask you the questions and then trying to give you the answers. System level testing, this can be done by the white box test. Means this would be done by the black box testers, and we'd say means a QA team only will do. But what do you mean by system level testing? Means I have one environment. Now I tested this one in Windows. I need to test it in Windows 8, 8.1, 10. And I need to test it in Mac. I need to test in Ubuntu. Means I wanted to set up the complete this functional testing and regression testing. Everything I need to set up into that environment. I need to test that. So this is called our compatibility testing. In compatibility testing, we'll have cross OS and cross OS versions, and we do have cross browser versions. I need to test this complete application in different systems. That's the reason it was coming as system level testing. So I need to deploy this system into the Windows. I need to deploy into the Ubuntu. I need to deploy into the Mac, and I need to test. Means now what are the types of testing I need to do? Cross browser testing, cross OS testing. So which it is called compatibility testing. In the compatibility testing, we'll be having forward compatibility and backward compatibility. Forward compatibility, it is nothing but, for example, Chrome browser. I need to test, the latest is 85. I need to test for 86, and even I need to test it for 84 also. So which is nothing but my backward compatibility, and which is nothing but my forward compatibility. So I need to deploy my applications in different environments, and then I need to test that one in different ways. I know that you guys know all these things, but you don't know where it was exactly connecting. I'm just trying to connect that particular pointers. You know what is a compatibility testing, but where we need to do the compatibility testing is, so in this particular level, I'll be doing my compatibility testing. You got it right. So now see how it is neatly designed. Unit level, group of units will form into the module level. In here unit, I'll tested all my unit testing, and in the module level I tested my functional. At a module level, all functionalities, regression, smokes, everything I tested. And once I tested the modules, I integrated everything, and I have tested the end-to-end testing and all the integrations. And once after testing the functional integration and everything, I wanted to deploy into the system level, and in the system level I can test it in the cross browser, cross OS, and all things I have been tested. Now you tell me, will we get any bugs out of this if we test it in this particular approach or in this each levels? There is no chance. At least 99.9999% of defect free application we can release it. But if you need to follow the process. If you're following this particular process, you can do it. But none of the organization, none of the people were following to do this. You tell me, at a unit level, I fix my arrest my bugs. And even if it is escaped from the units, I'll fix my issues in the module level. If it is escaped in the module level, I'll fix it in the integration level. If it escaped here, I'll fix it over here. And at the last one is user acceptance level, or UAT. So here we have two concepts here. One is alpha testing and one is beta testing. So alpha testing is nothing but the people will come to, means the client will come to the location, means the environment. For an example, take X company, and the client is Gmail. So the Gmail guys will come to the X company, and they will test that particular application in front of those people. They will ask the people to test it, and it's an inspection. means the user should acceptance. So they will be defining some the user acceptance criteria. So my code has to be done, means everything has to be code checked and everything has to be logged properly. So we'll be writing some criteria, right? The end user will accept, means check all these criteria. It's a checklist you will do, whether you have done the code review or not, whether you have written the manual test cases or not, whether all manual test cases are automated or not. So that criteria he will check it. So this is called alpha testing. And if the client goes, means once after this alpha testing, we will go to the client's location and we will deploy. Once means this X company will go to the Gmail company and there they deploy the complete code, and there once again the last round of testing they will do it before moving to the production. So this is called beta testing. Means the end user, the stakeholder should accept the testing criteria has been done properly. Here we will show the ROIs, and here we will show all our testing metrics, and here you show the requirement traceability matrix. All these things we will be doing at this particular level, in the user acceptance level. And if user accepted for this one, then it will push to the production. Actually, there are another deployment cycle will be different from QA to staging, beta to staging, and these all things will be different. And now guys, I told about from the means how we need to do.
1 second, Chris. Then what about the difference between the alpha and staging?
You are asking me apple and then orange. So a staging is a environment name and alpha is a testing type name. Okay, so staging is completely different. It's an environment. Staging is an environment. See, now you are going for your annual exams. Before going to your annual exams, you'll have one thing called pre-annual, pre-final exam. So that
Exactly.
is what the staging environments. Pre-prod environment means before going to the production. So just we will keep the code into that environment to test there, and then you'll push that particular code into this one. So this is what the levels of testing, and this is what methodologies of testing, and this is what the testing approaches. Now, what types of testing we'll be doing in the UAT? That is alpha and beta. Who is doing this particular testing? Stakeholders. With the help of the stakeholders, the QA team will do this one. And here it is completely black box testing. What are the types of testing? Alpha and beta. So now you understood, right? What are the levels we do have? And once we have that particular levels, so what are the types of testing we need to do and who will be doing what? So this is how you need to understand the levels of testing and approaches and the methodologies. Done? Clear?
Super clear.
Yeah,
And
just to add a point here, we're talking about levels.